Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, September the 7th, 2023. Thursday, September the 7th. Well, you know what? They decided to switch it up, or you could tell there's different writers because the old writers knew we only see six packs at the pool. They got us seeing six packs everywhere else outside the pool. So Chase had to make his six pack display. That was so funny. Oh my goodness. But you know what? I think Ryan's was very definite. You could count the six. Chase's, yeah, he's really holding his stomach in right there. But a little bit later inside the apartment, he let go a bit. So anyway, goodness, still too good for Brooklyn. That's the Brooklyn, right? For those of you daily recap fans that are new, I always make fun. Brooklyn cannot keep her mouth closed. The actress, that's the way she acts. Every look is do the Brooklyn. Even on her intro picture, next time they do the GH intro and they do the portraits of folks and they show the folks that are going to be on, watch Brooklyn's portrait. It's just same. Oh my God. So anyway, I'm so, you know what? How many of you are sick of this like I'm sick of this? And you know what? I was kind of choking a bit. I'm gonna put my cough drop back in because I took it out to talk, but I think I want to finish soothing my throat. Um, Alexis, Christina, and Molly. And you know what, everybody? As 100% annoying Christina's character is, Molly is worse. Never thought I'd be saying that. But like with every recast of Molly, they make her act worse than a toddler. There is no viable reason that Molly is this upset at Christina for anything. You know, it's not like Christina was driving a car, Molly was in it, they got in a car accident, Molly's abdomen got crushed. Now she can't have a baby. Nothing like that. This has nothing to do with Christina. And Molly came, she walked in Alexis's office. Christina was already there being annoying as ever. Christina is going to every single person and said, how much trouble do you think my dad is in? As if someone is going to tell her any different. Seriously, right? She and Nina were, how much trouble do you think he's? I don't know. Well, Diane ain't called. Goes into Michael, how much trouble is daddy? Goes into Alexis's office. Mom, how much trouble is my dad in? He's in trouble. He's still in jail. He's still in trouble, chick. Period. He hasn't been arraigned. Hasn't changed. 72-hour hold hasn't changed, right? So Alexis and Christina were going to go to lunch. And Molly comes in. Mom, oh, no, sorry. Mom. And she looked, because Alexis was closer to the door because she wanted to eat. She was starving. Christina said, I'm buying. Alexis like, let's go. So Molly looks over and she sees Christina. Never mind. I'm out of here. You know? And Alexis goes, rushes after, wait, hold on. I am sick of this. I am not going to micromanage you two. But you two talk to each other, and she pulls Molly back in. Hug it out. Right? So Christina, I think, attempts to say something to Molly. Molly flashes back. Of course, Christina, of course. You're always the victim. And Christina's like, no, that's not what this is about at all. And oh, they're getting ready to start it up. So Alexis goes, okay, you know what? Stop it. Oh my God. I've had about enough of this. I'm, oh my goodness. And Molly looks at her and says, well, never mind. I have to hear. You know, so she goes, traced it out. And Christina looks at Alexis and she's like, can you believe her? But look, to me, in this case, she's right. There is absolutely no reason for this animosity Molly has towards her sister. Except for, is it just pure jealousy? Is that it? Well, Molly was always the very successful one, well, she ain't married, the partnered up one, the all of that, right? Christina's always been floundering. But I guess now Molly feels, you know, since she ain't having it all over her sister, she's upset, you know, because Christina's still Christina. I just was like, shook my head and I said, this is a complete waste of time watching these two-year-olds interact with each other. Seriously. So now we have Jocelyn and Trina are at the pool. And this is the last day the pool is open, going to be open. Summer is over. And Trina was talking about she had hopes to spend the whole summer with Spencer, and the whole summer's gone, and now school's going to be starting. And then with the art gallery, she's not going to have a lot of time. And I'm thinking, well, girl, I don't care how much time you have. Spencer hasn't had a lot of time. That's the thing. Because, see, I'm sorry. Babies need their dinner. They need their bath. They need their diaper changed. They need you to sing to them every day. So that's not going to change where little Ace is concerned. Spencer's the one that he's going for the Father of the Year award, when in fact, if that were really his child, he'd be nowhere to be found. Right? So, just let's see, Spencer says, oh, I'm so sorry. He runs up, I'm sorry, I'm late. And so Trina goes, Spencer Cassadine, well, late again, go figure. Or he says, when can I ever not be late? Something, he may have started the joke on himself, right? And Trina kind of joked along. He goes, oh my goodness, Ace was just so fussy. He would not go down. And then as we end up putting him in this lavender, their bath thing. Esme thought of it, and it calmed him down, and we were finally able to put him to sleep. As soon as he said, Esme thought of it, and we were able to give him a bath, Trina's face changed, and Jocelyn's face really changed, because we know Jocelyn, right? But see, that's also the insensitivity, just insensitive on Spencer's part. Read the room. Just say, sorry, I'm late, guys. Man. And then talk about how beautiful your girlfriend is. Something, right? Just anyway. So Jocelyn ends up saying, looking at him, saying, when isn't it ever Esme? Something to that effect. And she snaps back. So no, Spencer says, okay, has anybody heard about Uncle Sonny? Any updates, on his arrest and on Dex's arrest? And Jocelyn looked at him and said, Dex was not arrested. And Spencer looked at Jocelyn and said, oh, well, I thought he would have been. He works for Uncle Sonny, So Jocelyn is storming up because her and Trina's feet were in the water. And she's getting up and she said, and another thing, nobody wants to hear about Esme all the time. Something to that effect. That she storms off. And Spencer looks at Trina like, what did I say? And Trina's like, And I'm thinking, no, Jocelyn is being Jocelyn because it would have been logical that Dex would have been arrested. A lot of Sonny's men were arrested. Spencer could have heard that. They don't give the names of the men. He could have thought Dex included, right? So anyway, he goes, "What? You know what? I'm going to get in the pool." So he goes and he takes his shirt off. Now he wasn't six packing it either, but he takes his shirt off and he gets in the pool. Hey, he's having fun swimming. So Jocelyn, she comes back and she looks at Trina. Oh, or Trina actually walks over to Jocelyn, who was at like where you order your drinks, sulking. And she goes, "Sorry, Spencer, Spence can be a little insensitive or whatever." She shouldn't have been apologizing for Spencer. That's Jocelyn's thing. And so Jocelyn says, "I just don't understand how you can be okay with Spencer spending all that time with Esme." And Trina looked at her and said, "Who said I'm okay with it?" And Jocelyn looked at her. Trina's like, "I don't like it either, but it's the reality. I would love to have had more private time with Spencer." She goes, "We haven't even," she meant slept together because they haven't, right? "I would love some alone time with Spencer, but he has a baby brother that's important to him. And I'm sorry, every single time Trina sees Spencer, how's Ace?" See, she immediately turns Spencer's attention to Ace and what happened. As soon as he says, "How's Ace?" "Oh, he did the cutest thing yesterday. He blah, 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 blah." Spencer just goes on and on. She opened the can of worms. That's on her. 100% it's on her. So they talk, and then when the scene comes back to them, Trina's in the pool, and Spencer comes over to her, and he's kind of floating her up, in the pool. And so they end up talking about, being a good swimmer. And she goes, "Yeah, like little Ace. See, there she goes, little Ace." And Spencer says, "Yeah, he loves to swim. He's getting really good at it now. And he's going to go to the Olympics when he gets up." And she goes, "Oh, really?" And he goes, "Yeah, he is." He said, he's doting on his little brother. So then they start to kiss. But I want to know, I had to kind of take this. Oh, everybody, is there something wrong with this picture? Am I the only person that sees it? Where's Trina's mouth? And where's his mouth? They're not matching. She's kissing his upper lip, pretty much his nose. He's kissing her bottom lip, pretty much her chin. Both of them, nothing but closed mouth kiss. We ain't even pretending these are passionate kisses. Now, yeah, she grabbed his face, but the positioning was all wrong. The camera caught the true angle of that kiss, and it ain't a real one. Now, had they had her more turned to the side, you wouldn't have seen the off alignment, or him turn more to the side, you wouldn't have seen but look, come on now. There ain't no way we supposed to believe that. I shook my head. I said, "You know what? The actors didn't even say, let's give a real kiss. Let's kiss." The script said Trina and Spencer kiss. They go through it and they cut. And that was it. That was it, y'all. So then we have, I love this part. Mac is sitting there waiting. You notice now they're starting to show Kelly's more than the Metro Court. And I'm liking Carly in her new role. See, Carly has never truly been an upscale kind of person. She did a good job with the Metro Court. And remember, that used to be the Port Charles Hotel. And then when Jax bought it and named it after Courtney, that's when it became the Metro Court. But she did a good job there, made it her own. And here, changing color scheme, decor, she's really going all out with this little set of Kellys. right? Since it's such an icon and a staple with the community, she can't change it too much, right? So Mac is waiting for Felicia. Carly's talking to him, said, "Hey, you want me to take your order?" And he, here's your menu. Are you alone today? She goes, "No, I'm waiting for Felicia." And she goes, "Oh, really? Like she ain't been here?" Well, Felicia comes rushing in with a bunch of papers. "Sorry, I'm late." And she sits down, and Cardi says, "Would you like to get me to get your menu, Felicia?" "No, I'll just share Max." So she sits down and she said, "Oh, I was on my way out of the house, Mac, and I dropped my stack of papers. This is what I printed for my online certification for the hospital. And now they're all out of order." And he says something to her, and she could just look at his face and tell something's not right with Mac. So she goes, "Are you mad at me for being late? Or are you mad at me for volunteering at General Hospital?" And he goes, "Neither." And then he tell Cody's story, because see, his story with Cody, I mean, he feels Cody's story is his story, which guess what? In essence, it is. He snuck in to save Dominique out of Ferncliff, and he feels Cody's doing the same. He wants to go over there because he found out Cody was admitted. He put out his cop feelers. He sure keeps tabs on him, doesn't he? Or Dante may have finally told him, because once nope, Dante didn't tell him, because Dante's finding out by Sam as Mac is talking to Felicia. No, Dante found out yesterday from Sam. So Dante may have had a chance to tell him. So anyway, he's just, "I got to go over there to see what's going on. He has a restraining order. I don't want him to, oh." She goes, "Mac, you got to stay out of it, Mac. You can't be involved with that. That'll compromise your position as the chief of police." And he looked at her, he goes, "What?" She goes, "No, no, Mac. Stay far away from that." She was right, though. And he finally does listen to reason. He finally does, because he's got to stay out. What's he going to go in there and arrest him now? Put him in jail? See, no, that would be in violation of a restraining order. She goes, "Look, he got himself committed. Leave it alone, Mac." Leave it alone. Because look, he did check off all the checks and balances, right? There may be a restraining order against that person in there, but I couldn't control when I went crazy. That's Cody's defense, right? So anyway, Mac ultimately, no, Dante, Sam is telling Dante at the same time, because I have the picture. Sam finally came clean, because Dante's questioning her. "You know what? I heard from my mother that Cody is off for a week, on vacation for a week." And Sam said, "Yeah, he is. And my mother says she heard from you that Cody is on vacation for a week. Why is it I had to hear from my mother, who heard from you, and I didn't hear from you?" So she goes, "Well, Cody did not want Olivia to think he was just skipping out on his job. He didn't want to get fired, and he didn't want her to worry. He wanted her to make other arrangements for feeding the animals, you know. So that's why I told her." And then he goes, "Where's Cody?" And Sam kept talking kind of. She goes, "Sam, where's Cody?" "Oh, Cody's in Ferncliff." "How did he get in Ferncliff? How could Cody possibly, what scheme did he do? How could he have gotten himself committed to Ferncliff?" And Sam said, "Oh, because I helped him. I had him committed." So she comes clean. And he's like, "Sam, that's a bad idea on every level." And she goes, "Cody honestly believes Sasha is being drugged and she is in danger." And Sam says, "I believe him too." Now, mind you, Dante was in there and saw Sasha's conceit. That's why he should have never told Sonny, "I'll look into it, don't do nothing," even though Sonny is preoccupied right now. Dante is too slow at anything. So he goes, "You're keeping things from me?" That's what I'm having a hard time swallowing, right? And she says, well, there's only so much you could be involved in. Almost exact same conversation Felicia was having with Matt. She was having with Dante. And what she should have said is, see, you asked me to go check on your friend. I wouldn't have been seeing Cody because you felt I could find out something more than you could as a cop. And she said, she should have said that, right? But she didn't. And so she goes, look, Dante, there's only so much you can be involved in without compromising your badge. And she looked at him. And I did not want to put you in the position to try to tell me not to do it or to try to intercede in what we were going to do. Right? Because look, questionable. Are they committing a crime? I don't know. Questionable. He's playing a little crazy. He could think he's a little crazy. No, they're doing some detective work. Right? But there is a restraining order against him. See, that's where the crime being committed is. He's not having a mental health issue. And there's that restraining order against him. So anyway, he says, I understand why you're doing this. You're trying to protect me. I understand. He goes, Sam told him, you're going through enough with what's happening with your father, with Sonny. You don't need to be dealing with this too. And so he goes, okay, but I don't like things being kept from me. You know what Sam says? Noted. Now, if you are a parent and you tell your teenager that group of kids, that's a bad bunch. They're criminals, they're thieves, they're arrested all the time. You stay away from those kids. And if your teenager looks at you and says, noted, that means I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm like, go ahead, Sam, because you've always done what you wanted to do. Always, that has not changed. So now let's go to, guess who showed? Nina is at Kelly's more than she's at the Metro Court, right? Carly, I want to talk to you, Carly. She goes, what is it now, Nina? And Carly's just as calm, picking up the tip off of the table on the outside. And I'm thinking, good God, that could have been stolen, but okay. So, I guess Port Charles, New York. No, it ain't safer than California. So anyway, it's about the same. You can't leave tips out there like that. So she goes, I'm here about Sonny. Alexis said that with Sonny being in jail, his family, his kids, and everyone around is in jeopardy. So Carly is kind of counting it. Yes, that's about right. So Nina says, so what are you going to do about it? Carly's like, wait, what am I going to do about it? Why would I need to do something about this? Well, you stepped up when Sonny was missing, a few years ago. And so Carly goes, oh, you mean when we all thought Sonny was dead in Nixon Falls when you knew he wasn't? And you were keeping him from his family? Do you mean that time? And Nina just looks at her like, why you always got to bring that up? So Carly said, you're going to be the next Mrs. Corinthos. What are you going to do about it? Threw that right back in Nina's face. See, because you could do everything better than me, right? You want everything I have. Well, you inherited this situation. What you going to do about it, Nina? And Nina says, well, I don't know what to do. I need your help. And Carly says, nope, everything will be fine. Lay low. Look, here's what you want to help? You want to help? Stop running around acting like this. Because see, Sonny's enemies, if they feel Sonny's camp is in disarray, and if they feel everybody's running around acting all worried, then they feel, yeah, now's there is a chance for them to maybe step up something. Everything's fine, Nina. I've already talked to Brick. Brick says everything's under control. And so Nina looks, she goes, oh, well, you still seem to be in the loop with things that are going on with Sonny. And I thought, shut up, chick. You just came to her asking her, what are you going to do? Well, I found out the intel. That's what I'm going to do. And that's why I'm so calm and relaxed. Right? And now you're going to say, oh, how you in the know what? And you ain't? So Carly says, I'm sure Brick will get around to calling you. Guess what? Brick's not going to call her at all. See, how much you want to bet? Brick said, hey, pretty Carly. AKA pretty Carly Spencer. You're so fine. Listen, Carly, don't worry about Sonny being in jail. It's a plan. It's working out like it's supposed to. Everything's under control, Carly, and that's all I can tell you. What Carly would say, got it. That's all I needed to hear. Right? And she going about, oh goodness, am I going to add something to the menu here? Carly is just as fine and is not worried as she could be. And in my mind, I'm thinking she has been Brick let her in a little bit on what's happening. That's what happened. Because normally Carly would be more worried than this. But she's not. It's because she knows something. So she told Lena, look, I got to get back to, just calm down. And Carly just leaves that at that. Like, you figure out you. So now we have Gladys. Gladys, oh, she talking to Montague. You got the money. I'm ready to get my girl. And he goes, yeah, I got notified on my app. Yeah, it's in my account. Okay, then let's go get her now. He goes, oh, she can't be released today. Gladys said, wait a minute, why not? Because the drugs you wanted me to give her, they need some time to come out of her system. She can't get out of here and then somebody test her and so Gladys says, wait a minute. For one, I didn't tell you to give her those drugs. And I'm thinking, for two, yeah, you did. Because you sure were making sure she was pill popping whatever was in her purse. Reminding her, did you go get your drugs? Did you go take your pills? Yeah, Gladys. He just took it a whole nother level on your behalf of needing to ramp things up because she was getting ready to take her guardianship. Gladys. So he goes, she'll be out this weekend. Gladys says, the weekend? No. And Nina's calling Gladys and leaving a voicemail talking about, I called Ferncliff and they have no word of Sasha being released. What is going on, Gladys? And so, Gladys just let it go to voicemail. And she goes, that's your benefactor wanting to know when Sasha, she better be released. He goes, she'll be released tomorrow. He goes, no, he looked at Gladys. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. Do you think you have the winning hand here, Gladys? This is going to be done the way I want it done. You're not in charge, I am. She'll be released tomorrow. So she goes, and what am I supposed to tell, the benefactor? She goes, I don't care what you tell him. That's your problem. I don't care. So he then gets on the phone and calls somebody saying, hey, what do you have that will cause a person to forget they ever met someone. He goes, good, I need that now. And I thought about it and I said, wait a minute. He's a psychiatrist. He knows what combinations of what psychopathic drugs that could jack you up. He knows that. But what's he doing? Calling some street pusher? I mean, this man is crazy and needs to be killed. Seriously. So Gladys goes off to see Nina, and she and Nina are arguing outside of Kelly's, and Cardi's looking out the window saying, what is going on there? Because Nina's saying, where is Sasha? Why isn't she with you, for one thing? Oh, I gave you the money. I want her now. Because Nina was already on the phone with the cops. No, not the cops, with Ferncliff, saying, I'm gonna bring the police over in the morning, and and Gladys snatches the phone from her face and hangs up. What are you doing? You're gonna mess everything up. And that's when Nina started going off on Gladys. She goes, she's gonna be released tomorrow. And Nina said, why would it need to wait until tomorrow? You gave the doctor his money. And Gladys is trying to say, no, that's just they got to get her ready. And by the time, for processing and it'll be tomorrow. Don't worry. It's going to happen. And Nina's still looking at her. See, and it didn't show the conversation ending. So I don't know if we're going to see more conversation with Nina and Gladys. Because see, now Nina ain't playing. You came to me yesterday saying you needed $50,000 to get her today. Well, this is today, because I don't know what you really did with that money. You gonna keep trying to say, oh, be patient? No. Mm-mm. Nope. Right? So now we have Cody. Cody's gone in. We saw where he's looking at Sasha yesterday. Oh, Sasha, what have they done to you? Well, he wakes her up. She freaks out a bit. But then he's talking to her, trying to reassure her, and she doesn't start screaming because she's not seeing Cyrus. She's saying, they said I stabbed you, but I saw Cyrus. I didn't see you. He goes, I know, Sasha. It's the drugs. And she goes, I'm not taking drugs, but I'm not. They're saying I'm using. I haven't used since Brown. So, we rattling on and on. I'm thinking, Cody, you running out of time, man. Right? So she goes, you're not here. You're not even real. You're not real. And he goes, take my hand. And he puts his hand closer to her. She kind of snatches, but no. He goes, no, Sasha. You want to know if I'm real? I'm real. But the only way you're going to know is if you touch me, if you take my hand. And he goes, I believe you. I know you're not using. And she was getting ready. She may have gotten it out. The doctor's drugging me, or she started to say the doctor's drugging her, right? And so Cody is saying, we gotta leave. She goes, how are we gonna leave? I don't want to get into. He goes, no, I'm resourceful. And I'm thinking, you ain't that resourceful. You couldn't even get in by yourself. How you gonna get out with somebody that could barely walk? Tell me, Cody, how's that supposed to happen? So he goes, do you trust me? And she says, yes. And so he helps her up off the bed. She's weak, because she's drugged still. And guess who walks into the room? Montague. And I thought, see, for one, how could he be there that much? Seriously. He was just in there earlier. And that's when he was talking to say, see, how could he just be hanging around like that? At a hospital he's not a doctor at. I mean, not a hospital, facility. So Cody looks at him and he looks at them like, what do you think you do? Now, this is the first time Cody has seen Montague in the realm of being Sasha's physician. See, Cody knows Montague well in the card games, and he knows Montague and Gladys hang out together. Now Cody is putting two and two together. He's already put two and two together, right? That all he needed to see was Montague coming in. So you know Montague got drugs in his pocket. This man walk around with syringes. Just hey, let's see. My guess is he's going to inject Cody and he's going to inject Sasha and knock them both out. Now, how he's going to drag a big man like Cody, bigger than him. Cody's bigger than him and weighs more than him. But he's going to get Cody back into his room and get Sasha back into her bed and then try to get that drug to wipe Sasha's memory, which would be horrible. Oh my God. I don't even want to know what kind of real mess they're getting ready to do with this, y'all. I don't want to see what convoluted something they're going to do with this. So that's where we're at with that. Let's go to comment corner. Now, Lisa says, Molly's acting like a 2-year-old when Alexis says your sister wanted me to say. She never got to finish before Molly started up. Christina, this is Christina, that Christina, Christina this, Christina that. And Alexis could have been talking about Sam. She really could have been. See, this Molly, oh God. And then it says, no other doctor checked on Sasha. It's very unusual. They will be stopping in on every shift. I'm glad Sasha didn't freak out when she sees Cody. Wait, I'm glad that's she didn't. When she sees Cody, she's figuring out he's there to help her. Lisa also says Nina trying to step back and can't understand why she would be in danger. Just because she's engaged to Sonny. Christina's wanting Michael to say he was happy Sonny was arrested. Nina's wanting to push Christina to get Michael on team Nina. Nina wants everybody to be on her team without having to try to get Michael on her side with very little effort on her part. She doesn't want to have to try at all. Exactly why didn't Anna say she was getting into the shower? I know. She was dry as a bone. She should have said I was getting in versus just got out of a hot shower. That was stupid on her part. She didn't think that one through. No, she didn't. Aisha said, where is it in Diane's job description that on top of her actual lawyer duties, she's on call for the Corinthos family, wrangler and handler is not. It used to be that Jason, either on his own or with Carly, would be put in the picture when the two of them would pass along information to the rest of the family on a need-to-know basis. Nothing more. No such info pipeline existing now. Nope. Carly's just saying, hey, well, look, who would Carly pass that any message Brick tells her on to? Better be nobody. That's mob boss life. Better be nobody. Mob boss wife. Nope. So now you know. Just chill. If Michael truly learned nothing from Willow's illness, what do Nina and Christina think the slow but steady warming of relationship between Michael and Sonny, starting with the wedding invite, has been all about? Oh, that's right. Typical Nina chafes when people and things don't vibe with her timetable and expectations. It does count when it doesn't benefit her, or it doesn't count when it doesn't benefit her. Willow herself, the one with the illness, is open to getting to know Nina, which is a long way from signing on to Team Nina. Let's not forget where Michael picked up the persistent grudge holding, reluctance, and even refusal to forgive, and compulsion to exact retribution. Girl, Aisha, you sure do right. Put a bunch of long words in there. But good job. Good comment. Uh, at the feet of the master himself, Sonny Corinthos the third. I mean, Michael Corinthos the third, aka Sonny. Isn't Sonny Michael? Isn't Michael Corinthos the third and Sonny Michael Corinthos Jr.? Huh? Oh no. Uh, let's see. Sonny and Jason's motto: "What you do, you pay for." Permeated, permeated Michael's upbringing. Also, Michael's grudge against Nina isn't petty, not without merit or groundless. There are substantial issues of character, attitude, and principle, not to mention the lack of observable substantive change in the present day Nina from the problematic woman that they've dealt with. Yeah, the other one who went out of her way to persecute. Well, that woman still exists. She just now knows Willow is her daughter, but that Nina still exists. Dacia says, let's see, Dante and Michael and Christina will get mad at Joss and they'll blame her for telling on Sonny and getting him put into jail. Tom says Sonny set the FBI up. Sabrina says, hello, Daily Recap Lady. Regarding TJ and Molly, there's no chemistry between Molly and TJ, none whatsoever. Okay, none. TJ seems out of character with this new actress. Regarding Sasha's storyline, I agree with you. Oh my God, how many times do we have to watch this crazy doctor drug her? How is Cody going to get drugged up Sasha out of Ferncliff? Just a thought. I know he could barely get her to walk, right? Anita says the Cody storyline, the writers are spinning. It does not make any sense. I hope the writers correct the storyline. Ron says, again, with the drugging, Willow, the drugging Willow that gets old and boring. Oh, you must mean the drugging of Sasha. It gets old and boring. Whoever wrote this script didn't think it completely through ever since since life doesn't work like that in a mental institution. They seem to forget she has a heart problem. That's right. Why complicate things just for ratings? And P. Merle says, you mean Sasha? Yeah, he said Willow. He meant Sasha. LaShawn says, have a seat, LaShunta. Have a seat, Dante. The same way you wanted to send Sonny to jail and send Michael to jail. I hate how they're right, Chrissy. Wait, I hate how they're right. How they write Chrissy. Okay. Alexis gives Nina facts. Oh, Nina's scared, but it's okay for Carly. Nina bring up Michael every chance she gets. She's very manipulative. I'm so sick of this cat and mouse with Anna and Valentine. Yeah, see what was a good love couple? They're not. I can't stand what they're doing to him now. He's still lying. I'm over Molly. TJ's too uncomfortable talking about Chrissy. Well, he don't look uncomfortable. He just look uncomfortable working with this Molly. She never knew if she needed her sister. She never knew if she needed her sister. I don't get that part. She's gonna regret how her and TJ are treating her sister. Dante suspicious. Sam's gonna have to come clean. Yes, she sure did. Cody is doing too much. He's constantly drugging Sasha. The nurse is just dumb. What's the end game? Cindy says, who's running Ferncliff, where patients can leave their rooms, roam the halls, enter rooms of other patients? Lena says, most institutions that happens even with full staff, no locks on doors. Yeah, I guess those doors would be locked. Coretta says Sonny and Alexis had a one-night stand It probably would have went further if it wasn't Carly's supposed death and subsequent return to her own. Oh, it was her own funeral. It wasn't Alexis and Sonny's wedding. It was her own funeral. Yeah, that was so far back. I was making that up. But Sonny and Alexis never engaged to be married. Thank you, Claretta. Thank you. Forgot how that happened. And Claretta also says Olivia did know who Sonny was going to become. She knew what path he was on because of the people he chose to spend time with. True, he was spending time with the troublemakers in the street, which is why she got pregnant with Dante and lied to Sonny about who the father was. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Right? But look, she knew and didn't care. She still slept with him, didn't she? She was a bad girl herself. Okay, she was getting into trouble. Whatever happened to the island that Sonny owned? His family would go to the island to live when things got dangerous. Yeah, but things aren't dangerous right now. See, Carly already know. I don't need to pack up my kids. I need to go collect them tips. Sabrina says, good question, Lucy. And then, you know what, everybody, I'm way past my 10 minutes. A lot of great comments. Thank you so much for Comment Corner, Comment Corner. Oh my goodness. Everybody, check out Comment Corner. I love the way you all will go back and forth with each other and add comments to comments on that. So that's really, really great. All right. So that's all. I'm going to go ahead and be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.